So far, been a good show tonight, Chris.
Yeah, it's been fun, gone quick, and that's always a good sign.
Yeah, we got about 55 minutes left of the show.
Good.
And we've been racing through the shit.
That's good.
And everybody's been on point. And our good friend Eric Braverman was actually coherent tonight.
Yeah, he was good. I had no problem.
And I've become a very big fan of AJ Benza.
There you go. Found a new friend.
I've listened to his stuff before, but that segment alone was just like, this guy is like, throw caution to the wind. I don't give a shit.
Well, dude, for so many of us, we got to anymore. You can't just fucking kowtow to everybody's whims.
Well, that's the whole thing. Everybody today is running scared all the time, running scared. Oh. What if somebody says something mean about me?
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. But, I don't know. How do you have any pride in yourself if you fucking limit yourself because you're afraid of offending somebody?
Well, but here's the thing, and this is the problem. With some people, they fear the loss of livelihood and income because of this whole cancel culture thing.
Sure.
And that's the whole thing. It's just like this whole cancel culture thing has honed in on people's livelihoods.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just like, well, if I get canceled, as it were, or if somebody won't employ me, or if I'm, I rely on a certain income and I don't get that income because somehow, some way, somebody targets me, my life is over.
Well, then you do what you got to do then. If somebody cancels you and gets you to where you can't earn your living and you're going to be homeless or whatever, if they quote unquote ruin your life, then you murder them and then you fucking end your life.
I guess.
That's what I know. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I know for a fact, if I knew somebody went out of their way to fucking try and take my livelihood from me and they took it, yeah, you better you better move. You better move and stay anonymous because I will come after you with a loaded gun and fucking shoot you.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting you say that because my nephew pointed out a documentary that's on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Tread.
Okay.
TREAD.
Okay.
And I know you're aware of this. This happened I think 16 years ago, where the guy in Colorado had that bulldozer and he welded like a cage around the bulldozer and he went around and he basically took down the whole town.
Right. Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Yeah. Well, there's a documentary out on Netflix.
Okay.
Just called Tread. And it documents that whole thing where that guy welded all these steel plates on this bulldozer and went around the town and just knocked everything down.
Right.
For the people who fucked with him.
Right.
And then, unfortunately, because he was prepared for it, he knew what his demise was going to be. And he knocked down the city council or the what do you call that?
City Hall.
The city hall. He knocked that down. He knocked down like a cement mixing plant. And he knocked down like a couple of stores and knocked down somebody's house. All these people who basically he felt wronged him.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when it came to the end, he basically took his own life inside of this thing.
Yeah.
It was like, fuck you. I'm going to destroy you as much as I can. And I know this is going to be my demise. And when I'm done, I'm just going to take myself out.
Yeah. If somebody thinks that they wield that kind of power, you got to remind them sometimes that they don't.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen it yet, look it up on Netflix. It's just called Tread.
Right.
It's pretty goddamn interesting. This guy documented his thoughts on audio tape. He, this was back in, the late 90s, early part of the 2000s.
Right.
He recorded his thoughts
Oh, good.
on what he believed the people in the town council, and his neighbors and so forth. Whether it was true or not, I don't know. It's kind of left up to interpretation in this video. It doesn't really
Right.
point fingers,
Right.
but he believed he was wronged by these people, and he kind of plotted and planned and said to himself, fuck these people. They ruined my life. They've taken everything away from me that I work for, and I'm going to destroy them. And then I'm just going to take myself out at the end.
Scorched earth, motherfucker.
That was basically it.
I don't blame him. Don't
So
blame him a bit.
I think you of all people would enjoy that.
I will be watching it as soon as we end this nonsense tonight.
All right. Netflix Tread.
Dude, I watched a documentary. I don't remember what it's called, but if you look up Dr. Jeffrey McDonald, it was on that case from the 70s or 60s or whatever that was. It's a 5-part thing. It's on Hulu. How in the fuck does anybody think that he did not kill his wife and kids? I watched it, and it was told from the eyes of that Errol Morris guy that investigated and tried to get him off. How does anybody not think that he killed his fucking wife and kids? This was like OJ-like evidence.
Yeah.
And he's trying to say, no, it was these fucking hippies. It was the hippies.
Sure.
Get the fuck out of here. And they kept going back to this fucking crazy chick that said she was there, then she wasn't there, then she was there. And it's like, okay, so she's clearly a fucking nut job, so her word shouldn't mean shit.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
Well, I watched, I think it was on Netflix or either Amazon. I can't remember. Mm-hmm. But I watched the Chris Watts story, that guy in Colorado.
Yeah.
Who basically offed his wife and his 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
He was just like, yeah, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm past this. I'm in my midlife crisis now. I'm pumping iron. I've lost weight. I got a new chick.
Right.
Yeah, my wife and kids are old news to me, so I'm gonna bury her out near the oil field where I work, and I'm gonna dump my kids in the oil tank.
Oh, yeah, that's the one I was talking about that last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was fucked up, wasn't it?
It was pretty fucked up. This is like, yeah, I'm done with this.
The way he killed the kids was the fucked up part.
Yeah, he just dumped them off in an oil drum or oil tank.
20-foot oil tank or something, and let them drown out in oil.
Yeah.
What a cocksucker.
Yeah. Well, the guy was just like, yeah, I just kind of wanted I want a mulligan. I just kind of want a do-over. Just over.
I got this new hot chick. Nice set of tits on her. I'm going to start banging her instead.
Well, the thing I don't understand about that kind of stuff, and I know it's all mental.
Yeah.
But it's just like, how do you think you're going to get away with this? And there's no explanation that your wife and kids just sort of disappeared.
Yeah. Well, you're never going to get it. That part is screwy, but even more screwy to me. How do you not have a lawyer?
Yeah. He goes into the investigation room and he agrees to a polygraph.
Yeah. Which he of course fails miserably.
Yeah. And he's in there totally unrepresented.
Yeah. Just completely First of all, dude, if I ever get yanked in for a parking ticket, I'm screaming lawyer.
Of course.
I've watched enough Law and Order and enough crime things to know that these guys are not your fucking friends. They're not out to try and help you.
Well, here's the thing. It's narcissism that believes that you're smarter than the cops.
Man, you cannot.
That's really what it boils down to. It's just like, well, I offed my wife and my kids, and I'm smarter than the cops, and so I'll just bluff my way through.
Yeah.
And it's instead of lawyering
up.
Yeah. You go, yeah, I could talk to the cops. I can make them believe my story.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you thinking, dude? It's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, I want a lawyer. Hey, I'm not talking anymore. I have
I'm,
nothing more to say.
yep. I will not be speaking to you.
Yeah,
Get me a
that's
lawyer.
what I would do, and I agree with you. Even if it's a parking ticket, I,
Yeah.
I would never even discuss
Mm-mm.
situation. It's just like
No.
everything you say is going to be again held against you.
Yeah.
So, just yeah, I want my lawyer. No, I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
Let someone whose job it is to navigate this shit navigate it for you. I honestly think sometimes they don't go the lawyer route just because it takes more time.
Now,
These guys think they're going to just walk out where they know if they lawyer up, they're going to get, cuffed and arrested.
well, again, I think it's because they think they're so smart.
Well, that too.
Yeah, I really believe that they think they're so clever and so
Mhm.
smart that they go, yeah, they'll never figure it out. All I got to do is come up with an alibi. And it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's plausible. All right,
Yeah.
you're free to go.
I just got to get through this one meeting and it's all.
Yeah, exactly.
Meanwhile, they're always this guy, that Watts guy was the most fucked. He walked right in, failed the poly. The lady even told him, if you have any concerns at all, don't take this polygraph. No, it's fine. Took it, failed every question that mattered.
Of course, because
he did it.
Because he thought he was smarter than they were.
Yeah. And sure as shit. And I always love when they always start. If I was a cop, I swear to God, I know we're not supposed to want cops to be smashing people in the face with their batons anymore. Cops really need to smash liars in the face.
I agree.
Every motherfucking person. I mean, a cop could be standing next to a guy stabbing his wife. And the guy will stand up covered in blood, holding the knife and a chunk of the woman's neck and go, I didn't do it. It's fucking ridiculous.
Well, I agree.
It's like, I thought, isn't there something to you get a lesser sentence if you just are honest?
Well, there is. It's a plea bargain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just shut the fuck up. Let your lawyer get you done. Then admit to it when the lawyer tells you to. And do 20 years instead of the rest of your life, instead of old Sparkian. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Watts guy was a fucking turd.
Yeah. Well, again, he was out running around with some younger chick and, he was kind of free and easy and, thought he was Mr. Cool.
Yeah.
But again, here, and I'll let you finish here in a second.
Good.
But here's the thing. This goes back to dudes. You and I are well aware of this.
Mm-hmm.
Me more than you, I think. That why are you getting hooked up with a chick and banging out a couple of kids if that's not your lifelong plan?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. When I was 23, at that point, I knew I'm done. I'm not doing this again.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
And, I've been in and out of relationships. I've had, and I've talked about them here on the show.
Mm-hmm.
You were married for almost 25 years.
Right.
And it was just like, yeah, that's not the path I'm going down.
Mm-hmm.
And here's this guy. He was only in his 40s, and this guy's all like gray.
Yeah.
He was in his 40s, got the whole gray thing going on. And it's just like, dude, you look like my grandpa.
Yeah, he did look old.
Yeah, you're only 45 and you look like my grandpa. But yet you're out there pursuing young chicks, which I can't blame him for doing that. But you're married and you got 2 young children.
Yeah, it made no sense. I mean, I get it. He just liked to have young pussy and he hated his chick.
I get it, but just fucking get divorced already. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to pay that. I'm not going to pay that alimony. I'm not going to pay that child support.
I'll tell you what, just watching the videos of her and of her texts made me know I would have had to run for cover.
Here, and I'm glad you brought that up. The amount of selfies and video and social media posts that would have drove me over the fucking edge.
I know she didn't do anything without pulling out her fucking phone.
No, that's the whole thing. It's just like, why in the fuck are you taking a photo every 2 seconds of the fucking day,
No shit.
running video? Oh, here's my kids doing this. Here's my husband doing that. Here's me doing this. Here's me doing that. This is a fucking narcissist.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying this in a way to say that this woman should have been killed.
No.
But holy fuck.
She should have been single.
Yeah. The amount of video and the amount of photos that were available for this documentary alone, it's just like, Jesus Christ. Have you got a phone in your hand every second of the day and you're constantly taking pictures and taking video and posting shit on social media? Are you fucking kidding me? If I was in that relationship, I know I would have been driven to murder myself. I'm serious. It's just like, holy fuck.
All I know is, one, Chris Watts is only 35.
Holy shit. This guy was totally gray.
Yeah. But what bothered me the most, it made me, I didn't hate her enough to kill her, but I definitely disliked her throughout the thing. When they kept showing her texts with her friends.
Oh yeah, he doesn't look at me. He doesn't think I'm sexy. He didn't call me. He didn't want to fuck me. He didn't want to do this. He didn't want to do that. You know what? If I was him, I'd be out there looking for younger pussy too.
He just, all I got out of all her texts was, this is a bitch that never feels like she gets enough attention. Because when she wasn't getting his attention, then she was going to her phone. And then she was, every text she sent was a setup so that her friends would say, oh, it's okay, sweetheart. It's okay, darling. It'll be better. You go get your freak on with him. You go have, shut up. I hated her.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Not enough to kill her, but I really did hate her.
I agree with you completely. I would have just, it would have just drove me over the edge.
Yeah.
Knowing that my quote unquote wife was constantly, and it was a constant. You know what the thing is in my 56 years of life,
yeah,
she had more photos and more video in her last 2 years of life that I've had in 50 years.
Yeah. She captured every moment. That's for
every
sure.
Fucking moment. I got to go out to the garage and get the phone. I've got to get the video. I've got to get the photos. I've got to. It's like, holy shit.
I get it for the kid's birthday and shit like that. That's fine. But she's videoing the kids getting in the car.
This is me in the kitchen, and he's doing the dishes, and I'm doing the cooking, and these kids are doing this, and we're getting in the car, and we're going to the park, and we're going to the school. And oh my God,
brutal. But I will say this: the dad seemed like he was involved with the kids from the many videos that we saw.
Yeah.
It did seem like he was involved with the kids, and for the life of me, you got to be sick on another plane to actually love your kids and drop them into a 20-foot fucking pit of oil to drown and die.
I agree.
That shit, that makes me want to go find him in jail and fucking whack him.
Of course.
What a piece of shit. I mean, just thinking about that little fucking 3-year-old kid, that kid trusted him.
Well, he had to carry her up the stairs to the top of that tank and open up that hatch and just drop her in.
And he was telling her, oh, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. All the way up to the top. And then when he hung her down, he was like, okay, it's going to be okay. Plunk.
Yeah.
The last thing she heard was her dad saying it's going to be okay right before she drowned drinking oil.
Yeah.
Ugh. What a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Just a fucking dick.
Yep. Well, I agree. I've lived my entire life, being very responsible. Go, if I got involved with somebody on a romantic level, intimate
Mhm.
level, I absolutely made sure that this was not going to result in banging out a kid.
Right, of
You
course.
know, I understand relationships, I understand intimacy and all this other bullshit,
Mhm.
but it's never been to the level where I was just irresponsible and go, yeah, I'm going to throw caution to the wind. If you bang at one of my kids or not, fuck that.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
You've never gone all May-Kay.
No, of course not. And mentioning that whole phone call for an hour last week,
Yeah.
that was over the top.
What? You're kidding, right?
Holy shit.
My favorite part of that whole phone call was I was just saying some heinous, heinous shit to
Of
her.
course.
And then you said something about shaving her snatch, and I just jumped. I was like, dude, have some respect.
Yeah, of course. You know why? Because we're both of us are fucking assholes and we don't
Exactly.
shit.
That made me laugh really hard when I heard that,
I
though.
listened to that whole thing and I was just like, holy shit, we are the most heinous fucks in the world.
Exactly. We are. So what? That's what makes us special.
I guess. All right. Well, speaking of heinous and special,
Yeah.
one of our favorite artists, I think I can talk for you that
Okay.
you like this guy. I like this guy.
Okay.
Phil Collins
Yeah, we like Phil.
plans to evict his ex-wife, Orianne Cevey, I think that's how you say her name, Cevey,
Okay.
from his Miami home after her secret Las Vegas wedding.
He got married like,
No, she did.
oh boy.
What I don't understand, I think Phil Collins has been married like 3 or 4 times,
Mm-hmm.
and he has blown like 80 to 100 million. Let me repeat that. 80 to $100 million
Jeez, oh, man.
of his income on ex-wives.
That's a bit much.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
I really don't get it.
it doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. Phil Collins plans to move his ex-wife, Orianne Cevey, I think that's how you say her name, out of his lavish Miami mansion after she remarried.
Why was she there in the first place?
Well, I guess Phil has kind of a heart, I guess. And it's just like, yeah, you and I were married and I have this home and I don't spend much time there. And, if you want to live there, blah, blah, blah. But she apparently met up with somebody new.
She looks like the retarded Drea from The Sopranos. What's her name in The Sopranos? The one that was fucking Christopher.
Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah.
Adriana.
Yeah, Adriana.
Yeah, she looks like a retarded Adriana.
Yeah. What? Phil Collins.
Yeah, tell me with all that money, Phil Collins can't do better than that?
It's like, what are you doing?
Jeez.
The 8-time Grammy winner, 69, is reportedly going to file an eviction lawsuit against CV, who's 46.
She's 46?
Well, currently 46,
Jesus Christ.
who refused to vacate and has changed the security codes on the home. In response, she has become quote unquote unruly and staff. I don't know what staff means.
I don't know what that means either. Staff?
Look at that up. Unruly and staff. Is that uncooperative or something?
Staff? Um, It's not coming up as anything. It's just coming up as the people that work for you.
I think that's an English term, I think.
Staff, a group of officers, provide. Yeah, it's not coming up as any.
Why don't you just type in acting staff?
Because it's going to tell me fucking every movie. Acting staff jobs, all the acting heads of Trump presidency. It's not coming up. I wonder if it's just a fucking misspell, which wouldn't shock me.
Okay. And threatened to release potentially embarrassing accusations against Collins if he moves forward with the eviction with her.
So we get to find out that he's got a small dick and comes quick when he's fucking this disaster.
The Genesis frontman and CV, who share sons, Nicholas 19 and Matthew 15, divorced in 2008. So they've been apart for 12 years. After he reportedly paid her a whopping, drumroll please, how much do you think?
20 million.
No, not even half.
Oh, wow. 50?
Not quite. $46 million.
Jesus.
$46 million.
That pussy must have been great.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
Can you even imagine that?
What I can't imagine is why Phil would put up with such shit.
Yeah.
She's gonna she's blackmailing him with fucking, I'm gonna reveal it. Who cares? If he's blowing horses, if that's his deal, if he's blowing horses, he's still fucking Phil Collins that has, even after all of his wasted money, probably still has $200 million.
Well, you would hope so.
She can't hurt him by saying negative. What's gonna happen to fucking old crippled Phil Collins at this point?
Well, this is what I want to know. If she received $46 million.
Yeah, why can't she buy that house she's in?
Yeah, that's my point. Why does she fucking care if he wants her to move out?
Why didn't he fucking take some of that money back and give her that house?
Yeah. Say, well, this house is worth $5 million, so I'm going to give you $41 million.
And you can keep your house. Jesus.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Boy.
$46 million? How many of those Genesis songs did she write? How many of those songs did she write on face value, or Hello, I Must Be Going, or No Jacket Required?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
He got screwdioed. Christ.
His actions come after she remarried with Thomas Bates in Las Vegas 2 months ago, despite telling Collins she was traveling to Sin City on business. Yeah, monkey business.
What business is she in?
According to the media. Again, you've got $46 million of Phil Collins's money, and you're worried about an estate in Florida?
I mean, the only business I could see, she's in the business of spending Phil's money.
Are you shitting me?
What is she doing for a job?
Exactly.
And why? Why, when you have $46 million, would you be going to work?
Exactly.
I gotta keep the business going. Shut up.
Well, his third wife.
What an idiot.
And again, Phil, I like your music. I love Genesis.
Yeah.
But you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Third wife? Are you shitting me?
You're Phil Collins. This guy could have kept supermodel pussy 4 at a time in his house for his entire 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. And instead, he gave all his money away to these whores. To these fucking bims, that that blew him for 10 years and then fucking leave.
For 46 million?
Fuck that.
Yeah. How much does a really good hooker cost?
Like high end?
Yeah.
High end, like the
How much
10
is
grand ones? I mean,
five
they have like 5 or 10 grand, yeah.
and how many times a week would you require a 5 to 10 grand hooker to come to your house?
Well, look at this guy. How many times could he handle a 5 to 10 grand hooker?
That's kind of what I'm talking about. Once to twice a week?
Yeah. And Lord knows, for a lot less than that, he could get companionship. Women would come out of the woodwork for free to hang out with fucking Phil Collins.
Of course.
They would hang out with him for free.
I got to add this up real quick. I got to see what the money is involved here. Let me see what the money is. See here, 46 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Trying to get my little calculator on my iPhone lined up here.
Just say it. Just say what you want to say.
Well, here it is. 46 million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 divided by
10 grand.
Say 10 grand a week.
Yeah.
Divided by 10,000. That's 4,600 times a hooker could visit your house.
Now divide that by 52.
Divided by 52. That's that's $8,800 a week.
No, divided by 52. That's how many years he could have.
Oh yeah, 88 years.
88 years of a $10,000 hooker once a week. Jesus, what a fool. Foolio.
How crazy is that?
That's ridiculous.
Wow.
Phil just fucking blew it. Jesus Christ. And by blew it, he blew all his money. Just think of how hard this guy worked fucking writing all these fucking hit songs.
And performing.
Yeah. All these years he's out on the road, whatever. So this bitch that fucking was with him for 10 years can take 46 million? Holy fuck. How many records did he have to sell $46 million of profit?
Or tour.
Or tour. I'm sure that's more than one. Jesus.
Just think about that.
Demon said he has so much money he doesn't give a fuck. That isn't even the point. Quite honestly. There's just a point where the number is insulting. It's not that you care. It's not that he's going to be living homeless or anything like that. It's just insulting. It's just literally, he was with her, 12 years?
Yeah.
So she, in theory, somehow enhanced his life $4 million a year for each year. Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. $4 million a year. It's ridiculous.
I agree. His actions come after she remarried with Thomas Bates in Las Vegas 2 months ago, despite telling Collins she was traveling to Sin City on business, according to the outlet. While his third wife is gunning to renegotiate their 2008 divorce settlement.
Renegotiate. She wants more?
Apparently it's not enough.
She wants more.
Yeah. Sources close to the famed drummer allege he isn't giving her another dime.
Why would he? He's already given her millions.
46 fucking million
I got news for you. She would come home one day and that house would be blown up.
Yeah.
I'd use some of my other millions to blow the house up that I own. Tear it down.
Collins is set to file an eviction lawsuit next week after he formally asked her to leave his property by Friday afternoon and she refused. What? It's not like she's going to be living on the streets with $46 million.
And where's the pride of the new husband? This new husband's like, no, we're going to squat in your ex-husband's house. What a douche he is.
Orianne married in the Air Tonight singer in 1999, but they split 9 years later following the birth of their 2 children.
Oh, why in the fuck was Phil Collins having kids in 2008?
Yeah, why was he banging out 2 kids with this chick
at 60 years old?
Yeah.
The fuck was he thinking?
Apparently he wasn't.
Can you see them wheeling him out to the backyard to play catch with his kid? His kid's born in 2008, so the kid's what, 12? Fucking wheel him to the baseball field, and his kid fucking has to pretend that's his grandfather.
Yeah.
Jeez, oh man, I bet you his kid sucks at sports because he doesn't have a fucking dad that can help him.
Phil paid Orianne $46.76 million in the split, which marked the largest settlement in British celebrity divorce at the time.
Congratulations, Phil.
You made the Guinness Book of World Records.
Fantastic. Great work.
In January of 2016, however, the pair announced that they once again reunited and were living together in Miami with their
What the? She took 46 million. There's only one way that could ever happen in my world. That money would be coming back into my account.
Right.
No other way. How do you forgive that? You took this big chunk of money from me, but you can come on back.
Yeah, sure.
Fuck you. No possible way that could happen.
Nope.
Jeez, oh man.
He confirmed the news to Billboard, declaring, "I'm back with my 3rd wife. I haven't really talked about it. We've been together for a while and nobody's noticed."
Her accountant noticed.
Meanwhile, Orianne went on to explain to Swiss newspaper Sonntagsblick. I don't know.
Sonntagsblick. Wow.
Yeah. Shortly after rekindling their romance, our separation was the wrong decision. I now call Phil my husband again. We are so close that it doesn't actually make a difference if we're married or not, but we're determined to make married for a second time one day.
Ugh. Please tell me he didn't do that.
The pair's reconciliation was brought on when Phil supported Orianne in 2015 following surgery on a slipped disc in his neck, which left her The pair's reconciliation was brought on when Phil supported Orianne in 2015 following surgery on a slipped disc in her neck, which left her partially paralyzed due to complications.
Boy, they're just an all-around great couple, aren't they? Jesus.
Orianne continued, "We're always very close because of the children. Just last year, I realized that he indeed is the man of my life."
Yeah, except for this new guy.
Yeah, because he's got a lot of money still.
Yeah.
And I haven't drained him completely dry yet.
Yeah, that's right.
How do you blow through 46 million?
Beats me.
I mean, most people, if they make 1 to 2 million in their life, they're set for life.
Yeah.
This chick got 10 or what is it? 40 times
40 times that.
40 times as much.
Yeah.
And somehow, some way, she couldn't afford to go find another place to live.
Yeah. This is horrible.
Oh. During their marriage, the couple lived in Switzerland, where Collins continued to reside following the breakdown of their marriage.
Okay.
Speaking in New York in 2016, Phil added of their divorce, "We went back because we realized we made a mistake. A lot of people don't have the chances and or don't give themselves the chance. Our young sons, Matthew and Nicholas, are like a dog with two tails. I mean, they're just so happy. They've got their mom and their dad back together, so it's a good place to be at the moment."
Great.
Orianne was just 21 when she met Phil Collins in 1994.
And there is how it happened.
Right.
It was some young snatch on an old dick.
Yeah.
That's exactly how this happened.
Yep. During his tour in Switzerland, he was in the midst of a bitter split from his second wife, Jill.
Good. And she was right there to say, "Oh, it's okay."
Exactly. Mother of actress Lily Collins. Actress Lily Collins.
I don't know who that is.
And, well, apparently it's his daughter, one of his daughters, and fell head over heels in love with Collins's money. I mean, with Collins.
So wait a minute. He started banging his daughter's friend?
No. He met this chick while he was on tour.
Okay.
And he was in the midst of a bitter split from his second wife, Jill,
Mm-hmm.
the mother of actress of Lily Collins.
Oh, all right.
So I guess one of Phil's daughters is an actress now.
I don't know anything about that.
Okay. And fell head over heels with Orianne, who had been hired by his translator. His translator?
Translator. Or Swedish, maybe?
Well, I guess. Swinglish.
All right. Giving Lily Collins a look here. See what we got here. All right. She's all right. Girl needs a fucking boob job like no one's business. Jesus Christ. She needs a couple of sandwiches.
Did you put her up in the on the video?
I'm saving it right now. Lily.
I have no idea who Lily Collins is.
And even after you see her, I promise you, you still won't have.
Well, that's his chick.
No. Who?
The one you put up in the.
No. Hold on. I'll get her. It's just taking a minute to. There's a bit of navigation that goes into.
I mean, look at the hammock of an arm that chick's got.
That's what I'm saying. She looks like she's a linebacker. Let's remove her for a minute. We'll get that picture up here. Where's Lily? Lily. Here's Phil's daughter.
Okay.
Needs
an average flat boob chick.
Yeah. Ugh. Why do girls with no tits wear that style of a fucking dress?
I don't know. They got nothing to show. They got nothing to fill that out.
That is horrible. Literally, her mouth is bigger than her boobs. Her mouth is wider than one of her tits. Look at that. And her eyes are too close together, too. And she got big eyebrows. I like it, Lily Collins.
Yeah. All right.
Not feeling it with Lily Collins.
Yeah. She's got nothing going on.
Sure she does. She has money.
Yeah, her dad. Well,
her dad's money.
Holy shit. Think about that, though. Phil Collins blowing $46 million. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. It's too much money.
Freaking unbelievable.
Yep.
But it happens.
Yeah.
Phil Collins. Why in the fuck is Phil Collins getting married?
Probably get married again. Would it shock you if he got married again?
No, it would not.
You're like, well, the first couple weren't the right ones, but this one really is. She's 31. I'm 76. Yee.
Freaking unbelievable.
Terrible.
I don't know. What's wrong with these guys?
I don't know. Don't know what they're thinking.
Stupid.
Yep.
All right. All right. Moving on.
Okay.
Just dumb. Let's see. What do I got here? I got all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
People. And I'm gonna compliment our fans.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for all the input you guys send through the week. There's so many stories that we can't always get to.
Sure.
But I try to pick and choose the most relevant ones.
Sure.
But apparently, American cyclist Quinn Simmons, Quinn Quinn Simmons,
okay,
he was suspended by and I don't even know if I can pronounce this correctly, the Trek Segafredo team, Segafredo, Segafredo,
all right,
team on Thursday after posting a quote unquote, I can't even pronounce this either, the antagonistic comments on social media in support of, drumroll please, President Trump.
How dare he?
He
was suspended for this?
He was suspended for this.
How can you fucking be suspended for saying that well, let me hear what he said first.
Well, apparently you can't support Trump. That's really what it boils down to.
Yeah, but let's hear what he said before I make a decision.
All right. The 2019 Junior Road Racer World Champion replied to a journalist from a Netherlands who criticized Trump on Twitter.
Okay.
Again, I hate social media. Regrettably, team rider Quinn Simmons made statements online that we feel are divisive, incendiary, and detrimental to the team, professional cycling, its fans, and the positive future we hope to create for the sport. Trek Segafredo, what a weird name, said in a statement, he will not be racing for a blah, blah, blah unit until further notice.
Okay.
The 19-year-old rider reacted Wednesday when Dutch journalist Jose Been, Been, posted on Twitter that she hoped for her American friends that this quote unquote horrible presidency ends you, adding, if you follow me and support Trump, you can just go. Simmons replied by writing, bye-bye, with an emoji of a dark-skinned hand waving.
That's it?
That's it.
I'd be suing.
When a separate account replied, apparently a Trumper countered, that's right, with a United States flag symbol, Trek blah, 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 an American team formerly known as Radio Shack SCHACK, not Radio Shack, the company,
Mhm.
but Radio SCHACK slash Nissan, later issued a second statement quoting Simmons as saying that he did not mean for the tweets to be offensive.
He didn't say anything. He said bye-bye.
That's it. To those who found the color of the emoji racist.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Now we're down to color of the emoji.
And the emojis are on the phone to use.
Yeah, you can't use that. My nephew uses the black emoji purposely just to piss people off,
Okay.
but it's on the phone.
I'm not
And people ask him all the time, why did you use the black emoji? And
do
it's
they really?
yeah, they do. He told me that. Because he like throws me the devil horns or the thumbs up or whatever, and he uses the black, the darker skin emoji when he does that.
Right.
And he goes, yeah, because it just pisses people off when I do that.
Will it surprise you? It probably will. When I tell you I have no idea how to use emojis.
Really?
I have no idea how to get them onto a text or whatever.
Well, you just go down to that whole smiley face thing.
I got to change. Is that like you got to change the thing or something?
No, you just go to your text.
I'm doing it right now. Text.
Go to your text.
I'm in a text. Oh, this list of shit on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm never gonna do that.
Yeah. And when you're texting, just go to that smiley face thing down there where it says space and return and 1, 2, 3.
Well, mine has way more than that. Mine has all kinds of shit.
At the bottom of the keyboard.
Oh yeah.
You see that?
There it is.
You see the smiley face thing?
Yeah, I got it.
Well, click on that smiley face thing.
Oh, and then there's a million smiles.
Yeah.
I've never used this ever.
Well, regardless if you have or not, but there it is. So you can choose the quote unquote the color of the emoji you choose to use, whether it's yellow or.
Is there a red thumb? I want to use my Indian heritage.
So you go to the thumb, whatever it is, and just put you just put your finger on it.
Oh,
just hold it.
Oh, wow.
And then it gives you like a choice of like 5 or 6 to use.
All right.
And then you could choose whatever one you want to use.
I got it.
Whatever hue of skin color you want.
There you go.
There you go. You gave me the finger.
With dark brown.
Yeah.
Is that more of the finger?
Yeah. You gave me the finger.
Is that a bigger finger?
No, it's just a black finger to me.
All right. Trying to figure out if that's extra racist that I
No. You just gave me the black finger, so now I'm offended.
Yeah.
Because you gave me the black finger.
I racially assaulted you.
How fucking ridiculous is that?
So fucking dumb.
It's dumb. To reiterate this, to those who found the color of the emoji racist. So you just sent me a racist emoji, Chris.
I guess I did.
I can promise that I did not mean for it to be interpreted that way, Simmons said.
Apologies.
Exactly. I would like to apologize to everyone who found this offensive, as I strongly stand against racism in any form. So basically what he's accusing Apple or Samsung or whoever the fuck you get your phone through for even offering emojis that are of color base as being racist.
Well, maybe now when we do that face recognition, it'll see that we're white and it'll take those emojis off.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe we could get that going.
Sure. To anyone who disagrees with me politically rather, that is fine. I won't hate you for it. I only ask the same. The team asked that Simmons was not suspended because of his political views. He was suspended for engaging in conversation on Twitter in a way that we felt was conduct unbefitting of a Trek athlete.
Oh, shut up. Shut up.
Ben later deleted her original post and wrote Thursday that she feels horrible about the situation and terrible for the Quinn Simmons 9 to miss his beloved classics. To suspend him would never be my choice.
Good for her.
Simmons
already done. Fantastic.
Yeah. Simmons in his first season with the Trek blah 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 team, which described him on its website as at his best in punchy one-day races, he will be a perfect fit for the classic team.
Mm-hmm. Except for that racism he's exhibiting.
Exactly. Team manager Luca, I can't even pronounce his last name, Smith, said he still thinks Simmons has a bright future as a professional athlete if he could use this opportunity to grow as a person and make a positive contribution for a better future for cycling. We remain committed to helping Quinn as much as we can.
Hang it up. We're going to see this guy doing Peloton videos in no time. All right, we're going up the hill. We're going up the hill.
Exactly.
Be teaching a spin class somewhere.
I think you're probably correct with that.
He's going to change his name to something else, and he's going to be teaching spin at Cycles R Us in some fucking strip mall somewhere.
Yeah, wasn't that guy a racist? Didn't he like flash like the dark hand on the emoji sign or something like that?
Was a racer. Now he's a racist.
Yeah.
Now he's a spin teacher.
Yeah, because he used an emoji that was available on his phone, but he shouldn't have used it because he wasn't the right hue to use that emoji, and he used it incorrectly.
Pick it up, ladies. Pedal those bikes. Don't be lazy like an... Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, I better stop there.
How dumb has this society become?
Fucking idiots.
God damn. I hope, my only sincere hope is anyone who's listening to this show right now, whether it's on the podcast or live, or whether you're in our chat room or whatever, if you're one of these people who actually believe this bullshit, please tune out. Don't ever listen to our show or our podcast ever again.
You're not welcoming, Neely.
Yeah, I'm not accepting of you. I am not a tolerant, I guess is the term.
Okay.
And I want you just to go.
Yeah. Beat it.
I don't want you any part of my life. I don't want you part of my show. I don't want you to listen to the show. I don't want you listening to this podcast. If you actually believe in that bullshit, I hope you die. End the story.
Well, then. And on that note.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to wrap up the show.
All right, cool.
Our good friend Don had actually texted me earlier. I texted him back, but I didn't get a response.
Okay.
He actually sent me a text earlier.
Yeah.
He just said, are you guys still yakking on the radio?
Yeah.
So I think he kind of wanted to call in, but that was a little bit ago. So I sent him a text. He never texted me back. So
Well, whatever.
We'll maybe get him back on next week.
All right.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up another show.
Great.
Appreciate our good friend Eric Braverman for checking in and being actually coherent.
Yeah.
Making some funny points.
We like that.
Yeah. He actually did a good job tonight.
Best call he's had in a long time.
It really has. I agree. So anyway, good for him. Rest in peace, Eddie Van Halen.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, that is a big loss for the hard rock and metal world, if you will. And you know, we're just getting older, man.
Yep.
The election is coming up in 3 weeks.
Yep.
I hope you all vote. I don't know if any one of you saw that whole vice presidential debate. Not that that makes a whole lot of difference, but these Democrats, if you put them in office, they're going to pack that court. I'm telling you. Biden refused to answer that question. Kamala Harris refused to answer that question. We are in a fight for this democracy, people. And if you want to continue listening to this show or shows like it, you had better vote, you know, the way that it's going to keep us free. That's all I'm going to say about that. If you're a constitutionalist, you better vote what makes this country free. Because if you don't, and we get the wrong people in power, we're fucked. I'm going to say. So do your homework, do some research, and go out there and vote in person, not through mail, not through absentee. If you can get out to your polling places, go vote. That's all I got to tell you. This country is going to be fucked if you don't. So anyway, if you're a fan of the show, I think you know where we stand.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to let you pick a tune and take us out of the show there, Mr. Aiken.
All right. Deliver Us to Evil, Exodus.
Okay.
How's that?
I think that works. Yeah, that means don't deliver us to the evil fucking Democrats. Because those fucking people are evil. They are. We've had a sitting president for almost 3 years, and they've done nothing but try to undermine this guy for 3 years. So that's all I got to say about that.
All right.
All right. Here we are. It is Exodus, Deliver Us to Evil.
Yep.
And we're going to get out of here. We will be back next Saturday. We'll do this all over again. So until next Saturday night, this is Neely, along with my very good friend,
Chris Aiken.
And we're gone.
Bye, kids.
We'll see you.